Alright, so I'm not going to start that over because the battery died or whatever. Anyway, back to the history of the pizza. Yeah, so the word pizza used to describe the flatbreads, I believe, at the time. 996 AD in the town of Galatia. Apparently somebody wanted 12 pizzas or whatever. But the modern day version of pizza, which we know as, the tomato sauce and the mozzarella cheese and, whatever else you want to throw on your pizza with the bread, whatever, didn't really formulate till, I believe it said the 17th century, and it didn't come over to America until the 19th century, I'm sorry. So that would be the 1800s when Italian immigrants started popping up around here. Anyway, let's get to the cooking part, because that's really what I want to do. I want to fucking eat. I'm hungry. Alright, so anyway, this is my grandmother's recipe. I definitely cannot make it as well as her, but since she has more experience. So basically I'm setting this at 400. Nice, even number. Very easy to, set that up. Okay. So the next part I'm going to do here is get the olive oil on the pan. In a momento. Yeah, by the way, this is one of these cooking sprays. I don't really like using them. I prefer just having a typical, thing of olive oil. Makes it easier for me. Anyway, alright, so. Okay. Alright, and there's not much in here anyway. In fact, it's probably going to have to be tossed out. The only reason I'm using that is because I'm out of the regular olive oil right now. Next thing is going to be the mozzarella cheese. I'm sure you could use other cheeses. Variety is the spice of life. You can, use whatever you would like for your pizza. There's no right or wrong way to cook. Let's see here. I'm gonna shred the cheese, grade the cheese. Okay. So before I grate the cheese, I left the pizza dough sitting out for a little while because it is kind of cold, and from what my grandmother said, you want it to be a little bit on the warm side so that it will spread out across the frying pan. Otherwise, it'll kind of just stick, I guess. Anyway, just stand by here. Wish I could get a better angle here. Alright, well, anyway. So, I'm going to open the pizza dough. Lately I've noticed that whenever I've used this pizza dough in the same place, whatever, 2 for $5, by the way, and you're right there, you're saving money, because this is a whole pie right here. I'm sure, like, the mozzarella cheese would be another $5. What else? Tomato sauce can't be too much. We always have tomato sauce here, so there's never a shortage of that. But you're definitely saving money. So here's the dough. Okay, you want to spread the olive oil on it, get it on both sides. Alright, so the olive oil is on both sides. Alright, and then basically you're going to knead it. You know, you're going to stretch it out, you know, give it a little extra width and length. I've noticed that sometimes if you pull it too hard or it doesn't have enough, you know, dough, it'll start, you know, making holes. You don't want those holes, you know, it's not aesthetically appealing. I mean, it won't ruin the pizza, but, you know, just try to make your pizza look uniform and nice looking. I mean, that's part of the other part of cooking, you know. It may taste good, but if sometimes, you know, depending on what kind of person you're talking to, you will find that the aesthetic can be more important. You know, especially if you're working in a restaurant situation, you know, the look of the pizza may be more important than the way it actually tastes. You know, doesn't make sense to me. You know, unless like it's something obvious, like, you know, the pizza's undercooked and you can see that it's soggy. That would be a cue that, you know, that pizza is not going to taste good. You know, I mean, anyway. So yeah, so it's coming out okay. It's got a nice even spread here. Hold on. Just want to make it a little bit more long here. Anyway, the oven is still warming up a little bit. I think what I'm going to do on this time is wait till it beeps so that I know that it's at the right temperature. Stick it in there. If you want, I guess you could try higher than like 425, but or 400 rather. But you don't want to burn the pizza. If you're in a hurry, I guess it's okay. But you gotta be right in front. You can't fuck around with it. You gotta stick there. You know, I would rather have a little bit of an overcooked pizza than one that's undercooked, which means that it's either soggy, or you know, it won't be too satisfying. You know, and I don't think that's healthy either, really. You know, there could be some sort of a bacteria, yeast or whatever. Anyway, okay, almost ready here, and then we'll put our. See what I mean? Look right here. Got a hole right there. Not good. You know, I'm not sure exactly. I mean, this is a pretty good. Hold on. It's a pretty good spread, you know. It's not. I've been trying to make it reach the whole pan around. Maybe it's just that there's not enough dough here. I don't know. But you know, I mean, it comes out okay. You know, it's not. It might be the quality of the dough or whatever, but it doesn't kill it, you know. Besides, if you're cooking for yourself, it really doesn't matter anyway. You know, cooking for someone else or more than two people, that's a whole different ballgame, you know. Especially like, you know, restaurant situation where there's pressure and you know, you have to meet their standard, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go get the sauce out here. Alright. So this we've had this for a while. This is what Francisco Rinaldi. It is a pretty good sauce. Nothing to complain about here. Alright, so back to what I was doing here. Alright. Sauce open. You can use a spoon. I strongly recommend using a spoon just to spread it a little bit. actually like use raw tomatoes and just cut them up, or in fact the best way to do it is just to squeeze them with your hands. You know, and that can be a far you know, better tasting pizza, I've found. I'm just doing it this way because I'm hungry and I don't really have time to do that. We do have a couple cans of tomatoes laying around. Anyway, it all depends on your taste, you know, what kind of pizza you feel like having and how much time you want to put into it. You know, again, like if you're cooking for yourself, you know, and time is not a issue, then, you know, you can take whatever liberties with it you want. Alright, so that's the tomato sauce. I think it's a decent spread, you know, not something, you know, not too thick, not too thin. You know, I mean, I guess I could just move that in a little bit. Okay. Alright, so that's our pizza so far. Alright, next thing is to call into this really simple over to the mozzarella cheese. I tend to time out my mozzarella cheese grating. You know, I tend to like just go for 2 minutes straight, getting whatever cheese out of that. Alright, so on to that. I'm actually thinking about putting mushrooms in this one. Not so much the spicy stuff this time. Yesterday I put together some pasta that I had left over, and I mixed jalapenos in it, and what else? A little crushed red pepper, obviously salt and black pepper, but it was even a little bit too spicy for me. I'm gonna admit that. It tasted okay. It was edible, but you know, I tried to counteract it a little bit with some lime to get a little sweetness in there. It didn't work so well. I didn't film that. I didn't have time to. Again, I was kind of on the run. All right, so yeah, I guess I'm just gonna time this now. So 1. That was 30 seconds in my head. It doesn't look like there's enough in there, so I'm going to go on for another 30. That should do it. That was another 30. I still feel like that's not enough mozzarella cheese, but you know what? I can always go back to it. Alright, so at this point we have our... Oh, and there goes the oven. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to move you over here. Alright. Spread a little mozz on here. Yeah, like I said, back to the actual spreading of the dough. Yeah, I'm not sure why it won't expand all the way. You know, again, I'm not a professional cook. This is just one man working amateur style here. It does need more mozzarella, so. By the way, cooking is messy. If you're a cook, you have to know that you're gonna make a mess. There is gonna be mistakes. You know, either the oil is gonna pop up, or you know, it's a messy business. You gotta get your hands dirty. You know, you can, and it's no joke. I mean, you can burn yourself. You can start a fire if something skips onto the stove, or something falls out, or it's too hot. So you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure you know what you're doing and pay attention. You can't jump around all the time until everything is set and ready to go, and then you can walk away for a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit because the oven's on, and it's 12 o'clock now. I'm gonna mix a little oregano into this and crushed red pepper. Not too much crushed red pepper. I don't want to make it too spicy today. Any other day I would make it really spicy, but I'm trying to chill with the spicy stuff. Okay. Almost there with the cheese. Okay. Alright, so let me go get the oregano now. I think that's enough cheese, even though there's some parts that aren't covered on it, I'm sure it'll come out fine, Cheese has been put away. Alright, and I'll show you what we have so far. This is it. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Gonna go for the oregano now. Like I said earlier, I think I'm gonna put some mushrooms on here. Alright. Mushrooms. Where's the mushrooms? Mushrooms. Where are you? Where are you, the mushrooms? This is the shit. Okay. There are the mushrooms. Let's see. I can't find freaking mushrooms. Alright, let me put some of the crushed red pepper on there. Not too much. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Okay. A little salt in there. You don't have to put salt if you don't want to, but it does add. I'm going to go look for those mushrooms real quick. I think I know where they are. No, corn. I think... Wow, there's so much corn in there. Anyway, I think my dad may have hid them from me since I've been using them so much. But I can swear there was like another thing with mushrooms in here. Fuck. Wait, I think that's them. Huzzah! The mushrooms. Alright. Wait. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Here we go. Okay, over there. Okay. Get our mushrooms open. Yeah, so it's 12:03 now. I'm definitely behind. I wanted to get this done at 12. So anyway, back to what we're doing here. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna put our mushrooms on there. One. You know, I don't want to use this whole can because it's quite a bit of them. But you know, I'll use like a good handful. One more, and that's it. Okay. I wonder if I could preserve these mushrooms. Put them in like a... I don't know. Alright, so back to our pizza. This is the totality of it. We've got our mushrooms, tomato sauce, the mozzarella, the oregano's in there, the salt, very little crushed red pepper. Again, this is not a big pie. It's pretty small. Still working on perfecting it, but hopefully it comes out pretty good. Alright, so let's stick it in the oven and get it started. Again, be careful with ovens. You don't want to burn yourself. Oh hell, I got another frying pan, or another pan there. Hold on. Okay. Alright. Get that out. Alright. Let's put this one in. Alright, so it's in there. We're at 400. Right. Is that? Oh shit. It's too low. It's actually at 340, I think. Alright, hold on. Let's see, what can I do here? Guess I wasn't paying close enough attention. Bake temp. Okay. So now it is at 400. Okay. Alright, so there you go. It's at 400. I guess you know, check it every 5 minutes, see if there's anything going wrong with it. You know. Alright, it's 12. Okay, so whatever. Anyway, you know, check on it. You definitely don't want to catch something too late. It will fluff up. You know, it'll fluff up a little bit, but it'll come back down. You know, but check on it. Check on it. Yeah. So I'm gonna cut this off for a little while. Almost out of time on the machine here, the camera, and I guess I'll show you the end results and do a taste test. Alright. Okay, so this is the finished pie. Just did a taste test. Helps to have a pizza cutter around too. It's okay. You know, it may not look too appetizing, but it tastes fine to me. I do feel it is a little undercooked. One problem I keep having is that it sticks to the plate. Common error on my part. Anyway, that's the pizza. It's now about, let's see, 2:33, so I think it was in the oven for a half hour, or around there. Anyway, that's the pizza, and I hope this helps you in your cooking endeavors. And, feel free to leave feedback or we call it complaints. Anyway, that's it for Cooking with Crazy. Hope you enjoy your meal. Have a good one.